Hurricane Harvey brought 50 inches of rain to the Bellaire area, and now a lot of people are faced with needing to put their houses back together. It doesn't matter what city or suburb you live in. If you had water damage in your house, in order to rebuild it, you're going to have approval from the permit department, whatever city you're in. Each city is interpreting the rules that FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Assistance Program, and the NFIP, everybody's interpreting those rules a little bit differently. And in the city of Bellaire, they are looking at what's called the cumulative amount of repairs or remodels that have been done to a house. So for example, if your house is valued at $100,000 and you spent $50,000 on it last year remodeling it, you're okay because you're in the 50%, you're at 50%. But now you have this flood. Now you have 4 feet of sheetrock missing. Now you have no floors, and you have no kitchen, and you have no counters, and you have no cabinets, and you need to put your house back together. And in order to do that, you're going to have to spend money. But the city of Bellaire says you can't, because the value of your house is only $100,000, and you've already spent 50% of that value. So there are 2 options for a homeowner. Number 1 is you get an independent appraisal. So if you go to a mortgage company and they have appraisers that you would use when you would buy a house or refinance a house, then you can hire one of them to come give you a third-party appraisal value of your home. And hopefully that number will come in at greater than $100,000 for your structure. Another option is to have your contractor go down to the city of Bellaire and try to get the permit. And at that time, the permit will not be allowed because it's more than the value. And so they'll set up a special inspection through the permit department. Inspector will come and visit the property, and he will see what he thinks and give you a determination. And so we're going to be doing that tomorrow with one of my projects. His house is valued at $117,000. $70,000 has already been spent on the house in the past. So his amount of money that's been spent on the house to date is already greater than the current appraised value. And the reason that happened is because the Harris County Appraisal District lowered the value of his home from last year to this year. And the land went up. So the overall value was higher, but the specific part of the structure was lowered. So now he has less to work with. So when he did his remodel 4 years ago, his house was valued at $180,000. He spent $70,000 on it, and there's no problem because that's less than half. But that $70,000 is counting now. His house is only worth $120,000, and that 70 against that 120 is greater than 50%. So we're going to have a visit with the inspector tomorrow at the home and see what he says and cross our fingers and hope that he lets us move forward fixing the house up. Then the next option would be to go for the independent appraisal. Then you have to total the house, then you have to tear your house down, and you can't do anything with it. You can raise your house to get it out of the flood zone, because right now the house is below the flood zone level. So you can bring it up to code if you raise it. For a house, a standard ranch size house could be anywhere between $140,000 and $180,000 to raise it.